So, welcome. I'm going to show you this early video of the deconstruction and assembly from this Grand Inquisitor hilt from Watto's Junkyard, and myself from Phoenix Props. We're doing the production for Watto's Junkyard. So here's the saber. Right now this is the early release prototype. Just to give you a nice little look here. The size is good. The handle is thick, but not too thick. It's a good grip. For size comparison, I can show you the Phoenix Props Inquisitor Third Sister Riva lightsaber. This was designed by Sam at Shadowfoil Props. I've only got this one in the half circle configuration. I like it there the best. Just to kind of show some size comparison. Can be a little difficult to see, but your ring is right about the same size. The Inquisitor is a little bit bigger. The outer diameter just has a touch more, and the thickness of the ring is of course different because the different sabers and the design in the show. It's designed to have a thicker ring. If you have one of these Third Sisters in hand, you can of course take a look at it and see how it fits up. You can just look here based on the ability of my grip to close. I can have my middle finger just touching my palm. Whereas on the Inquisitor, middle finger is almost in the same spot, just a little bit wider, a couple extra millimeters wider. Okay, now this Grand Inquisitor is nice and heavy. The outer rings being so thick will add quite a bit of heaviness to them. So these parts are still, these are not how they're going to come in production. We have some changes to make. Just have it disassembled because I don't want to have it assembled right now to be able to show you how everything's separate. We're going to have two of these little boards here. This is a placeholder that'll sit on top of the chassis. We're actually going to have an electronic one as well. We've already got the quotes for that. This is the frame for said piece. Right now, because this is just a placeholder piece, it doesn't fit into the frame. There's no locking position in the frame, so that's being changed as well. We have our little window frames here. We have our two red greeblies, and then our windows, and then our third piece of the window. Now these do have a little registration mark on them for connecting so they don't fall through. These will be more translucent red right now. These are a little bit opaque. So what you're going to do is you'll see these little greeblies here. It's actually black so you can't see it. But there's a small step inside, and then they fit right in. Bam. It fits in, doesn't fall through, and same thing goes with this one. Fits into its little slot. Oop, wrong side. Fits into the slot, and then you have the back of your frame. Oh, dropped it. I'm not putting these in the right direction and order. I'm just putting them in so you can see them. And basically these glue down and in place. And once these are here, it'll be a single unit, and then they fit inside of this little cutout here. This part will slot right in here, and then that can be glued down so you can have the LED shine through. Your window frame also has a fixed position to fit into. That's the window details there. We have the blade plugs over here. So right now, this is just there's just a little nibble here that they fit onto, and then they are glued down on the flat part. We thought about adding threads to it, but we didn't want to add the threads in this center section, because then you would potentially be seeing some threads at the top. So we figured that having them glued together would probably be a better option to keep the look nice and neat. And then these will just plug right into your emitters. So let's do the quickest disassembly I can do. It is a little bit involved, but I will try to. These edges are sharp, you know, be careful, don't hurt yourself. Especially because these edges are also easy to grab onto there. Do have a tool here which helps really a lot with this saber, and I'll show you why in a second as I get into the disassembly. It saves your hands. Okay. Now, well, as you can see already, right now this saber, it is aligned. You have a straight line through here. This is slightly off, but that's adjustable, and I'll show you how. This one the same. The whole positioning of this is all adjustable based on the way it's all put together. So let's pull these off. I'll show you how this disassembles real quick. So you have set screws right here, which are hidden. So when you want to lock your blade in, you're going to, it's not aligning now because it's the wrong side, but when you want to lock your blade in, you're going to have to spin this to the right position, or just take it off in general, and then you'll be able to access that port. So now you can see this is now loose because I've loosened it, and these emitters have to be twisted off. Now they're real tight, a little bit hard to get after, so that's why I've got my rubber strap here. It allows me to tighten that down and then very, very easily access. I got that in the wrong direction. Very easily access the twisting motion to get this out, because this part is threaded into the center. Okay, let's see if I can turn this out of here. There we go. Nice and easy. So what's inside is what's doing this, and what's holding it steady is there's a couple of rubber O-rings inside. That's what's allowing us to tighten this up and to clock all these parts together. So here's the part you can see. Got the threads on the top, threads on the bottom. The threads are what's connecting into the main, the grip there. Let's see if I can get this out without the strap. Get in there. You see the piece fits in, and it's the fit, you know, it can't really unthread because of the fit. Okay, so we got our two emitter parts. You always got to make sure that you remember which side is left and right, and then your center comes out. These parts also come out of the center and allow you to really access the area for your chassis. That one's really tight too. Okay. So again, that's why you got the rubber strap. I highly suggest these oil filter straps, even for any kind of lightsaber stuff you're doing, because there are times that you get a lightsaber or you threaded it together and it just, you can't get it, and your threads got stuck and you don't know what to do. So that's going to solve that problem. Let's not spend too much time on this one if he doesn't want to come out. There we go. Oh no, did I slip? Oh, it's not coming out. I'm going to have to see what got that boy so tight in there. But you get the idea. So now basically, can't really see it inside, but where inside these loops there are 2 rubber O-rings inside of here. That's what's providing the extra tension. Now, without that, there could potentially be a little bit of rattle or whatnot if things aren't completely tight. So we want to avoid rattle at all costs. And then these can come back on. And then this is the saber basically outside of the ring. So now you could even turn this into a staff by itself, but you see how we have some misalignment here outside of the ring, and I'll show you how that works. So you're able to manually adjust this by changing how they if you want to have the saber outside like this, outside the ring, then you're able to adjust your positioning of your threading. So let's put this right back together real quick. Okay, and put this back on your center core. I'm going to set this in place. I'm going to put our emitter through. We'll see how it goes in. It doesn't really slipping. You got to get around those O-rings and give it a little bit of twisty twist. See how it's held in there really tight. Very nice. Make sure there's nothing moving loose in here. Okay, you set this in. What you're going to do, you're going to push this emitter in so it catches the threads. And once it can thread, you're basically going to bring it all the way in until it stops. If you need, grab your strap tool. You want to make sure that your center holds to about right. You see how I can loosen or tighten it up? That's going to be based on the positioning of this. So let's go ahead and twist them together. See how you can go over tight, under tight. Let's keep threading this in. Keeping your center place a little bit down from center so that you can give it a little bit of a tight squeeze at the very end. Okay, so now this emitter is tight, and we're going to tighten it again, and then now you're centered here. But what you don't have now, or what you actually do have, is this is perfectly centered this way. Now you're going to do the similar situation on the other side. Put this in, get it past the O-rings, and you're going to start twisting this one in. You see how, because the rubber O-rings keep it held really well, when you put this thing all the way in, then you're going to put your emitter on here, and you're aligned. If you're slightly off, all you have to do, take this tip off. If you're over threaded, you just got to back this up just a touch, and then you can put it back on, and you'll see how you're changing your position of the emitter area. Now mine's already aligned, and it should come aligned for you. This is just an idea. If there is a misalignment at some case, it's very easy to adjust. So you just want to tune these pieces here into place. The center is fixed, it's threaded in good, and when you got your alignment, see I'm a little bit under threaded here. I just give it a little twist, come in, now I'm aligned. Now this side, no, actually this is right aligned, perfect. So this is the saber. It's really nice, it's hefty, gives you a good feel. You definitely do some damage with this thing. So thanks for checking this out. Pre-order is open up on Watto's web page. Just go ahead and check out their Facebook page at Watto's Junkyard, and put in a pre-order. Looking forward to it.